Wow! In this video we're going to be comparing Starfield on the Xbox Series X compared to the Xbox Series S. So we're going to be finding out whether or not playing Starfield on the Xbox Series S is actually a worse experience than playing it on the Series X. And as always, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button on the road to 1,000 subscribers. She's very excited about us hitting 1,000 subscribers in the next few weeks. We're aiming for 10 likes on this video. Let's get on with the video. So for those of you who don't know, Starfield is Bethesda's new AAA title, and it was released a couple of days ago at the time of filming this video for Xbox and PC. So obviously if you want the best experience graphically, you'd get a very, very high-end expensive gaming PC and play Starfield on that. But I've heard that Starfield isn't very well optimized for PC. But console-wise, you've actually only got the choice of two consoles, the Xbox Series X or the Xbox Series S. In this video, we're going to play Starfield on both the Xbox Series X and the Series S. So we're going to find out in the real world how much difference there is playing Starfield on the Xbox Series X compared to the Series S. So before we get onto that, I'm going to go through the resolutions and frame rates that Starfield runs on both these consoles. So on both the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, Starfield only runs at 30 frames per second, unfortunately, which is quite sad. So resolution-wise, both consoles upscale the resolution. So the Xbox Series X runs the game at 1440p natively and upscales using FSR to 4K. On the other hand, the Xbox Series S runs the game at 900p and upscales to 1440p. So to compare the experience of playing Starfield on the Xbox Series X to the Series S, we're going to plug both consoles into my TV. We're going to see how the graphics looks on both consoles, we're going to see how the resolution looks on both consoles, and how the gaming experience is on both consoles, and is there actually a dramatic difference between both consoles, and which would I recommend. So here we have the Xbox Series X plugged into my TV. So the TV we're testing this out on is the LG A1. It came back to me, 55-inch OLED. So this does not have any sort of adaptive frame rate technology. It's just a 4K OLED. So I've got the Xbox Series X plugged in. We're gonna have a look at the game, see how it looks, see how it runs. So the first thing I noticed is the black levels on this game actually suck. I don't know, it just looked grainy, but I think that's part of the post-processing effects. Right, oh, we can actually walk around. Resolution wise, I'm standing very close to the screen and it actually does look fairly sharp. It doesn't quite look like native 4K, but it's almost there. If I were to sit back down over here, this is like a normal player position. The resolution is fine. Let's have a little look around this game. I've heard some people saying there's screen tearing. I'm not seeing any screen tearing. Yeah, it just looks a bit jittery. So it's very annoying that it's not 60 frames per second. That is like very noticeable. But the resolution's absolutely fine and the graphics look okay. It's just a shame that the black levels are so high. I think I saw a video saying the HDR in this game sucks. It just looks a little bit washed out. I've got it on the Xbox Series X, so we're going to move on to the Xbox Series S, see if it looks any different. So really this is a comparison to see how much worse this looks. So we've got our baseline here. Can you get away with playing it on the Series S? One thing to note about this game is about 100 gigabytes, and with this console, with only having 500 gigabytes and 350 of usable storage, a third of your storage is gone. This is running the game at 900p upscaled to 1440p, so there should be a significant difference in the resolution. Is that difference big enough to impact gameplay when you're sitting kind of a normal distance away from your TV? Starfield. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Pig. Big pig. I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference. It still looks very grainy and washed out, but I think that's purposeful. The grain looks slightly larger because the resolution's lower. Yeah, I mean this feels like quite a solid 30 FPS. Smoothness wise, I can't tell much of a difference between the two consoles. And actually detail wise, I can tell that this isn't quite as high resolution, but it doesn't look terrible. It actually doesn't look terrible. If I look very hard, then I can see a very small difference in the amount of detail. The Series X does look sharper, but sitting back here, there's not a whole lot of difference. By the way, my dog wants you to subscribe. She's very excited about us hitting 1,000 subscribers in the next few weeks. I think my main issues with this game aren't actually with the consoles. It's with the game design. It's just the black levels are not very good. It looks quite washed out. For an OLED TV, it should look better than this. I've been walking around in the beginning of this game in the area for a little bit, and I can say that the gaming experience on both consoles is fairly similar. The only real advantage with the Series X is the resolution, which on a 55-inch 4K TV from like a normal seating distance, there's not a lot of difference. The upscaling in this game's done quite a good job. And the Series X doesn't even run the game at native 4K, so there's not a whole lot in it. I think they really need to sort out the HDR in this game. Like these lights here, they're not very bright. They don't look very bright on the screen. And the black areas, or the shadows, don't look very dark. This scene here, what we're going to do is we're going to compare between the two consoles. So this is the scene we're going to be comparing between the two consoles. So, we've got a light here. We zoom in. How similar it looks. This also doesn't look like it's native 4K because it's not. You can see the resolution's decent, but it's obviously not using every single pixel. It's not massive, the difference is actually not that big. So I had a look at the intro of Starfield on both the Xbox Series X and the Series S, and honestly I can't really tell much of a difference. Series X, higher resolution, that's probably the only benefit you're going to be getting. I think if you were to get this game on the Series S, you shouldn't feel bad about it. It does actually run it fine. I've not actually played the game yet, so I don't know if the game's any good. I've heard mixed reviews. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button because my dog down here, yeah, you see my dog. My dog wants you to subscribe. She's a bit preoccupied. Anyway, I'll see everyone in my next video.